this today's workshop, what you could expect is how the virtual learning is going to benefit the child, how the virtual learning is going to be happening with the parents and the teachers collaboratively. Okay, now we all know that the early years, okay, I think those are the foundation years of preschool. Okay, now when we talk about early years, we speak that maximum brain development is happening from 0 to 6 years. Okay, maximum, there are synapses which are connected. Okay, and because of the movement that the child is making, the maximum synapses are connected to each other, created, and that is giving more learning opportunities. Okay, now here, if the learning opportunities are not given to a child, what is going to happen is they are going to lose it. So here we are in a situation where we are going to use the opportunity, or we are going to lose the opportunity. So we as a parent, okay, we even I am a mother of two kids. Now the question arises when it comes to virtual learning. Is my child going to get benefited out of it? Is my child going to learn anything from it? There are YouTube channels. What is the need for the, what is the need for me to, actually get enrolled into a school and get into a structure? I can do it myself. So, there are different thoughts which come into everybody's mind at this stage. Everybody is thinking, what are we going to do with the preschool kids? Okay,
Absolutely.
now we as a school, okay, always think it has to be supported by the partnership of the parent. It has to be supported by the books, by the activities. It cannot be only virtual. Okay, when we talk about learning, it has to be virtual, plus there has to be some exposure to the books, plus there has to be more of activities, which is called as experiential learning. Now experiential learning term is something which we all have been hearing about. So when the child is experiences something through the senses, the child understands and absorbs and remembers it better. So you have to understand that it has to be in a combination. Now we are all living in a world which is led by technology. Now we are able to connect because of technology. We are able to teach because of technology. We are able to communicate because of technology. And I think the advancement of the technology is now that we have realized, and we all, even if we are a teacher or even if you are at work, we all understand, yes, this could have been done before also. We have never realized that there are so many things that you could do. Physical meeting, you could avoid a physical meeting and do a Zoom meeting, but we never went into all these things. So when it comes to learning, and learning with such small kids, because understanding the age of the child, okay, what is the engagement that has to be there, what is the ultimate thing that we are gaining out of this virtual learning, is something that I'm going to touch upon. First is, when you are planning for a virtual learning, it has to be, first, as I told you, it has to be in partnership with the parent. Okay, now if given a choice, okay, to a child and to a parent, now if you analyze the child's 24 hours, out of 100 kids, I think on an average at least 90 kids are in front of the screen, okay, in the lockdown situation. Okay, that is not a generic figure that I'm telling you, but it is a practical thing, wherein the kids are not getting to go out. The kids are not they're not stepping out of the house. The parent is preoccupied. Then what is the child exactly doing? So we as a educator, we always say, instead of showing a 1 hour YouTube video to your child every day, might as well associate with a school which is a teacher led learning. Because what a trained mind could teach your child is not something which you can plan for your child. Okay, there is
Absolutely.
always a difference. It is basically like you are taking medication without a doctor's prescription. To be very clear and very precise, you are just taking a medicine at your own will. Okay, and I think preschool education, now we all know how important it is. You all have been associated, and you all are here to understand, is the virtual learning going to help my child? Okay, your questions, whatever you have filled in the Google form, I am going to touch, but let me touch upon the benefits that the child is going to get. First and foremost, the child comes into a routine. Okay, the child is following a fixed pattern of meeting the teacher and the friends every day. So there is a interaction which is happening on a virtual platform. Even if the child is not being able to get into the physical space, the child is seeing the teacher, the child is seeing the friends. Okay, every time the child looks at the familiar face, the child is really happy and the learning happens. That is the first thing. Second, the child gets into a discipline. Now if you see, most of the kids are getting up at 10, 10:30, 11 as per their routine and schedule. They are skipping their afternoon nap, then they sleep at 2 o'clock in the night. You know, a lot of parents from our school also have been following that. So we do not want that to happen with our kids, because now because it was April and May, everything was in a vacation or this thing. So now that we are getting into some serious education, so I think 1 hour in a day, if you spare for your child's virtual class, is something that I don't think, and in the current scenario, it is bad. Now coming to the mobile screen time. Okay, when we talk about virtual classes, it is not necessary it has to be done only through the mobile. I understand watching a cell phone for a very long time is not good for the child's eyes. It is not good for the brain. Okay, you can always cast it to your TV. You can always show it on the computer screen or the laptop screen where the distance is maintained. Okay, even if you do not have a handset, or you do not have a laptop, or you do not have a television, you can always prefer not to give it to the child. Okay, if you give the video, if you give a Zoom app to your child where the teacher and the friends are there, the screen is so small. Now if I am logging in from my mobile, I can see only 3 4 people here. I cannot see everybody who is here. Okay, we need to understand, as a child, the child always prefers an animated video over the parents, over the other human figures. Why? Because animation is something which is not good for the child, because there is a change every second in the animation. Okay, when there is a change every second, there is restlessness in the child's mind. Okay, that is why the child is so fascinated and glued to that YouTube. One favorite or audio is also something which the child enjoys royally. Like, when you are giving the mobile to the child, just imagine the concentration that the child has. Okay, because the child is trying to observe the change that is happening every second. Okay, now we as an to get used to the teacher and the friends. This is a way in which we could socially connect. Okay, the way in which the child could learn in a system and a procedure. Okay, now I think if the 30 minutes, or if 30 minutes could be done with the school, or 30 minutes could be done with the parents help, where it is a video base, or something wherein you can choose and prefer your, it has to be combined effort, wherein there are few videos that we are sending, there are few live classes, there are few worksheets which the child is doing, there is few activity that the child is doing. I think it is a good balance for the child, because the child is learning. Okay, you should not forget, whatever is the medium, the child is learning. This year is crucial for us. This year is crucial for you, and this year we should not forget is crucial for the child. Okay, that is really very important. Now, what you're going to do with the next 1 year, only because of the pandemic situation, is completely in your hand. Okay, you are the decision maker for your child. Okay, and that is going to impact him the next academic year. If you think, no, I don't think the pre-primary is really very important, then you will see a change next year. Now you analyze, what is the child doing now? Okay, what is my child doing now? If I am educated and I have the discipline, and I think I can fix in 1 hour every day where I am educating my child, it is a very good thing, no doubt. But again, when it comes to planning, the way in which a school plans, the way in which the educator plans, and the way in which the parent plans is different. Because when a parent is planning, they look at only the literacy and the numeracy part. To be very clear and precise, Indians want all their kids to write. Okay, even when we know that 3 years and 3.5 years actually are not ready to write, their hands pain, they are struggling. Okay, but then we want the child to write. Now if we analyze our situation now, how many pages do we write in a day? Okay, do we write 2 3 pages? No, everything is technology. Okay, we are only typing, we are not writing. Even messages are typing, voice notes. So what is it we are doing? So even if the child, writing is important. I'm not saying writing is not important, but more important in the current year is the communication skills, which we need to work on. And it has to be perfectly balanced with the off screen, on screen activities. Now you have been, I think, doing a Google Classroom plus the live classes. and whatever said and done, if the child is made consistently to attend, okay, the child enjoys those activities. Till now we have not made it very compulsory to upload the Google Classroom activities back to the back to us. But when we get into a little serious education, we are going to do that, wherein you need an accountability partner for your child's education. That is why you prefer sending the child to the playgroup. Okay. Now coming to the assessments. Now the questions that will come up is, how do I assess my child? So when you are doing the things with your child, the way in which you look at the child and the way in which we look at the child is going to be different. So the assessment completely depends on the video class. Okay, we cannot do any assessment wherein you are doing some activity and sending it to us, and we are going to check as if it is being happening for a bigger school and a bigger standard. But then for us, the virtual assessment is something which we could easily do. Okay, now I will come to your questions, what you have asked me. Okay, I have answered about benefits of virtual learning, how to create a good atmosphere for preschool kids. Now what happens is, now we all are at home. Okay, now because the child is at home, so the child is doing, one day we have a lot of time and energy and we do a lot of things with the child. Okay, the second day we do not have any time and energy and the child is left unattended. Okay, so the environment should be created in such a way wherein we are actually trying to fix an hour of the child's school time. Okay, we can actually do those Google Classroom activities at a stretch with the child. When you're doing it at a stretch, the child gets a feeling of a school, because when they are coming to a physical school, okay, they are in a structure where they know things, they know it is in a predictable pattern. And I think that is really very important. How to make kids understand online lectures. They are too young to understand. When we as an educator, we are doing online lectures, it is more of interacting. Okay, when the child is comfortable, then we take a learning opportunity and we teach the child. The child's learning opportunity is our teaching opportunity. So the teachers are well trained to understand ki at what time what has to be taken. Now whatever is planned, it is not possible to complete 100% of it. It is not possible, because the class depends on the response. The same is going to happen with the schools also. Like when the child is going to come back to school, and everything what the teacher has planned on that day does not happen. There is a little shift every day, wherein few activities are transferred to the next day. Few activities teachers take when the child demands it. So the same thing is going to happen virtually. Okay, how can I manage my child's technology use and help them stay safe online? Okay, the only thing that I recommend here is to do not give the mobile to the child. Okay, because the child can easily swipe and watch whatever the child wants to. So ideal thing is to give a laptop or a computer, or the best thing is to cast it on the television, because the smart TV and the smartphone, you can cast it. That is the best way to keep manage your child's technology. And every time the child is in front of the technology, every 20 minutes of tech time needs 20 minutes of physical activity. You can hear me? You can hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Now
Okay.
we can hear.
Yeah. So if there is a 20 minutes of technology time, there has to be a 20 minutes of physical activity. Now the physical activity cannot be done outside. So there would be a physical activity where the child is dancing together, where the child is doing different animal poses. So where you have the family fun time in the Google Classroom. So that is basically for the connect between the family and the child, and also for managing their screen time. Get to know
Shweta, we can't hear you actually.
Yeah, we can't hear you, ma'am.
learning how to make the child. Now you can hear me? You can hear me
Yeah,
now?
it's better.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yes.
Okay. So now benefits and how to make the child sit for online learning is a very good question. when you are expecting the child to sit for online learning, it is like settling the child in school. Now when the child is coming first to school, the child cries a lot, okay, because the child does not want, because here the learning will happen maximum because the child is in a known environment, so you are not struggling with the child settling. Okay, now how to settle in front of the screen? I recommend if one parent could partner with the school where whenever the online classes is happening, okay, try to get the child in a very good mood, because you know, if the child is very sleepy, or if the child is very hungry, or if you're trying to make the child sit and feed the child in front of the screen, or the child is sleepy and the child sleeps, so what happens is then the parent feels, no, my child is not enjoying the virtual classes. Okay, but I feel if there is a proper structure that is put into place in the child's life, and the child is attending the virtual class, the child will learn maximum, because the child loves using technology, because he sees everybody around him using technology. We are connecting on a web call. Okay, now every child knows what is paused, how to, you know, disconnect a call, how to make a call, how to make a video call, how to, you know, transfer. So I think nowadays technology learning is something which is very easy for the child, because it is in their environment. Okay, everybody is using a laptop, every mother is working from home, every father is working from home, everybody has a smartphone.
Shweta, I would just like to add one thing for this. Just a parent only gave a review that the children are feeling, in fact, very happy coming on the screen because
Yes.
they feel that they are also working from home. The children are feeling more happy.
Discussions that are happening about virtual classes is more to do on the parents mindset, because when we were young, okay, we never had this technology support, so we feel no, ये नहीं हो सकता है, you know, एक 5 years का या 4 years का बच्चा technology के साथ नहीं सीख सकता है. Okay, I don't think that is right. When you know that child knows so much because of technology, when the child is coming to play group, now we have stopped doing the basics for them, because everybody knows the basics. If I'm
Again, the voice is gone.
trying to teach them, okay, if I'm trying now, it is okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so when if the child is learning through technology, if we do not teach any basics in the playgroup, we do a revision of basics, because they already know. The mother has also worked because of awareness. The you know, there are so many YouTube videos, flashcard, books available, so every child knows basics. Okay, so understand that learning through technology is something which is, you know, it is the parents' decision. Okay, you have to decide what is good for my child. And if I tie up with a school, or if I get in touch with a school who is going to do the entire planning for my child for the whole year, and I think no school is charging very exorbitant. Okay, I don't think that is happening, because everybody is trying to understand what is best suiting the parents pocket, because we understand the parent is also in a scenario where many people have lost jobs, many people have actually not are not able to work because they are into the service industry. Okay, quite possible every shop is closed, everything is closed. So you know, for in this scenario, we are occupied, and we need a good healthy lifestyle and good education for the child. Okay, any parent will want that these are the two prime important things that is necessary. First is health and second is education. Okay, I think in every parent wants it. So now we are taking care of the health because we are not taking them out. The second thing is the education, but then it has to be complemented with the parents partnership. That is very important. Put your expectation down. Okay, when you're you know, in this pandemic situation, if you think that it has to match with the classroom learning, it is not going to happen, because the engagement in the classroom and the engagement in the online sessions are going to be different. So the if you put your expectations down, then you will be happy with the online classes. Okay, if you think कि इससे मेरे बच्चे को क्या होगा, you know, I think every parent is looking at that aspect where, you know, they are trying to evaluate the teacher, and you know, what are her mistakes, what is she doing wrong. I think she is struggling. You know, I am into the teachers training industry, and every teacher is struggling to actually come on screen and perform. So it is like, you know, we are not movie stars where, you know, we have never come on media. but then this is the time where we have to speak. I think it makes a lot of sense wherein, you bring your expectation down to 50%. Okay, and then you see how much you enjoy. If it is all on our mindset, how we are reacting to it. Okay. Benefits and advantages of virtual learning, I have told you. Okay. How to make them sit, I have told you. Need to understand how much virtual sessions can work for kids. um, it will benefit in the long run. If it is a short duration, we do not recommend more than 1 hour of screen time in the whole year for the child. Okay, we do not know when corona is going to go from our life. I think we have to live with it, or I don't know what is going to happen, because it is too early to comment. Because with the number of rise in the number of cases, I seriously have my doubts if it is going to go forever. I have heard that we have to live with it now. The mask is going to be there, and the kids have to be used to it. Now you analyze, if next year also corona is going to be there. Okay, are you going to stop educating your child next year? So why now? Okay, that is the question of the educator. The education cannot stop because you're losing on the synapses. You are just wasting it. Okay. Would like to know more about learning environment as how virtual training benefits the children. I have checked this. uh, okay, now coming to the playgroup kids. Okay, whenever we teach the playgroup kids, it is through music and movement. Okay, any activity that is done for the playgroup is through music. Okay, or is through a direct engagement. I think every child and every adult likes music. I have not seen a single person or a single child who does not like music. And anything that is done through music, teaching done through music, is something which the child remembers and absorbs. And if it is complemented by the puppets, or if it is complemented by a screen which it is engaging, we are not going to show YouTube videos on the virtual classes. Okay, we are doing a live thing wherein it is as equivalent to a video call. Okay, only thing is it is on Zoom because this it is convenient to get 20 people on screen. But then in virtual classes, the classroom size is also maintained. Okay, we cannot take more than 8 to 10 in a class, because if we have more kids, okay, then what happens is the attention of the teacher on screen is less. We can easily manage 20 on in the classroom, but 20 in the virtual class is a little challenging for the teacher also. Okay, the next question is government guidelines. Now, all the news flashes that are coming, okay, there are so many news, channels. It is going to and I don't know what is going to happen. That depends. But you have to understand, as a parent, first of all, private preschools do not fall under the government bracket. Fall in the can you mute? There is somebody talking.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah. So government guidelines are for schools, okay, especially for schools of SSC board, okay, and for other boards as well, wherein parents are not able to log in because of lack of technology. Okay, as of now, whatever guidelines have been signed by the chief minister are only for those petitions filed where the access to technology is not there. Okay, for preschool, whatever news flashes, as of now we do not have a uh, signed petition that is filed by the parents and accepted by the educators. So as of now we are going virtual and we are teaching the kids. And I think when we start with 30 minutes and now we know that 30 minutes the child is sitting, we can easily extend it by another 15-20 minutes. It's easy, it's possible. Okay, so we need to understand as a parent, and we need to decide for our child if it is actually benefiting. Now you have been experiencing the class. Okay, now do you think the child has learned anything from the class? You have to question yourself. So every child is different. I don't want to comment on anybody now because I have not seen the child. Okay, now if there is a special child, if there is a child with some learning disability, then definitely it is not recommended. But if the child is normal and if the child has the ability to learn online and learn through experiences, 100% recommended. But then if you have to decide if the child has 1% problem, okay, if the child is a special child, if the child has some disability related to eye straining or anything, okay, then it is a very important point that you all need to remember, that please do not go virtual. Okay, then it becomes a thing. Otherwise, one more option that I would give you is, if the child is absolutely not ready to sit, okay, you see what the teacher is doing and try to do the same thing with the child. Okay, every mother can teach a child, definitely, but the way in which the teacher teaches and the way in which the mother is going to teach is always complemented with each other. Now when the child was coming to a school, that time also you used to teach your child. Okay, all the basics come from the mother, but the advanced thing comes from an educator. Okay, so we all have gone to school, so everybody has attended school. And I think pre-primary is more important than primary and secondary, because primary secondary kids are still okay virtual for virtual classes, but I'll tell you the complications in the primary secondary grades are more. I think secondary is the largest, where the handset is given to the child and the child is just not interested in what the teacher is saying, they're more interested in technology. So we have to keep a balance, where the preschool it is easy for us to teach them online. Okay, to know the details of the program currently conducted by the school for virtual learning. Okay, so I have only, I am doing the content for Chip and Dale. So when we look at a holistic development program, whenever we create a program, so it is, curated by the activities in which all areas are developed. When we say all areas in holistic development, so there are 8 intelligences that need to be developed in the child. So that is logical, that is language, naturalistic, motor skills, intrapersonal, interpersonal, spatial. Everything is covered when we speak about, the development of the child. About virtual learning and toddlers, so I have covered. Any other questions that you all have, you can ask, so that I could be answering to your questions. You can unmute yourself, whatever has come on the Google form. Any questions,
Or you
Rupal?
all can put it on the chat box also.
Yeah, the parents were actually feeling that the COVID will end by the year, by the August maybe, so they are feeling कि अभी 2 महीना अगर बच्चे नहीं जाएंगे स्कूल में तो क्या होगा, अगस्त के बाद तो सब लाइफ नॉर्मल होने ही वाला है, why to hurry?
Okay. See, here I would answer one thing. Did you know that we are all going into lockdown in the month of March?
No.
No. Even one day prior to the lockdown, okay, when we last worked on a Friday, okay, did we know that we are going to be at home for the next 2-3 months? No.
No.
So I personally feel that we are going to live with COVID. Okay. So 2-3 महीने के बाद भी अगर COVID गया, so are you willing to take the risk of physically sending the child till the rains end? Every parent will deny that, because every season change, as it is, the child is falling sick. Okay, so when it comes to social distancing, okay, do you think the child is going to maintain social distancing? It's a big term for the child, really a big term for the child, wherein you are expecting the child to sit away 6 feet away from each other. I don't think a preschool child can do that. And as an educator, as a school, we have always, told play together, come together, we'll do these activities together. Even if I want to do an activity with my child who is in my class today, and if there are 10 other kids, can I do it with social distancing? No. He has to come close to me. And again, coming into everybody's in a different way. Everybody's coming to school in a different way. So I don't look at schools, even if preschools, they do not open till August, September. But then you can always choose virtual.
Shweta, you're not.
Can't hear you again, ma'am.
I'm sorry, there's some network issue. Okay, and one more thing again, because there is a network issue, I would like to tell you that there is always going to be a network issue, because we are in India, we are not in any other this thing, and everybody is using technology. Okay, because of that, the Wi-Fi connection may not support in one of the cases. So there is a delay in the delivery. Okay, there is a problem with the teacher's handset. The problem can come anywhere, on your side, on our side. okay, on the teacher's side, on the school platform. But it is just a 1 or 2 minute delay that we normally log in back. I don't think more than that. But what happens is it brings us into a panic situation wherein, oh my god, teacher has logged out. Teacher is also a human being. Actually the teacher can also log down. This is related to network. When it comes to our teaching, we are delivering 100%. Okay, any other question? Any other questions that you have, you can put it in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to address it. You can unmute and ask if you want to ask.
Shweta, few parents whom I've been connecting with, they have been saying that as it is, my child was supposed to, repeat it a particular class next year. So then we are okay towards, skipping this year. So can you just throw some light on that?
I have told you, if the parent chooses to skip an academic year, I have told that they are losing the synapses and the connections. Okay, they, whatever the child could learn now and redo it next year, the repetition is always going to help. Okay, so I think, you should not skip a year because you're just wasting the child's year. Okay, but then balance it with other activities which is going to bring down the the impact of the screen. Okay, that is really very important. You have to balance it with physical activities. If it is a perfect balance, I think it is good. For 9-year-old, is 6 hours school necessary? I don't think any school is doing 6 hours without breaks. uh, I think most of the schools are trying to complement it with a break. Even if they have 9 hours at a stretch, they give a lunch break. The child needs breaks. Okay, you cannot do anything continuously. Now, even if we say we are going to do a 1 hour virtual class, the 1 hour virtual class is going to be a stand up, sit down. So, you are going to do one activity wherein the child is going to stand up and do the activity, one activity which is going to be sit down, one activity which the child needs concentration on, one activity which is going to be a little relaxing for the child. So it always has to be in combination. If any school is doing it, there must be some thought behind it. I think you have to actually connect with the school, wherein they will definitely, if as a school, nobody will think bad about the child. Okay, in this pandemic situation also, as an educator, everybody is keeping their limits to how much is screen necessary for the child, how much is the engagement, how many number of hours the child is sitting, how many number of hours. 100% it will be complemented by a physical activity or an other activities wherein the child is in movement. Otherwise we cannot sit in front of the screen for 6 hours at a stretch. It is not possible. Most of the schools are doing 4 hours maximum, with a break of some time, because what happens is in higher grades, okay, because there is so much to learn, you cannot afford to miss out on a year. Okay, you have to enroll your child in that school, in whichever school you choose. I think that is really very important. Any other question?
Hi, ma'am. I would like to thank you for the information that you've shared. It was really fruitful. And secondly, I would like to say that the office is expected to start from the next month. So
Right.
me and my husband, we both are working, and there will be a situation that like we will not be able to sit with her for the online session. Then how we can manage? Like, can we get a recorded session for her,
So
or what should we do?
basically,
Yeah.
till now, what we did was we used to do a live class, and we used to do the upload of the recordings, okay, of the YouTube links. Okay,
Right.
now the upload will be of the teacher's video, because as of now, whatever you have done is something which is coming complimentary for all of you, because we want to understand how much is the child responding to technology. Okay, definitely, if something is planned and some video support is given where the teacher is teaching, okay, now you have been getting YouTube links. Okay, here it is going to be the teacher's videos which are going to be uploaded. So automatically you get all the learning resources, and you get a recording of the class which is going to come to you again on the link, as a link to you. So if you cannot attend a virtual class, then I think you can definitely try to play the video to the child with. But the virtual engagement, if it is possible, you can always give your preferred time slot. So I think now we are doing morning and evening both. So whichever time is convenient, ideal time for the child is morning. But most of the parents who are working, so it could be scheduled in the evening. Now working from home is something which is like, you put in more hours. Okay, you are expected to put in more hours because half of the time goes in coordinating with each other. Okay, now the same would be applied in your case also. Like,
Right.
if you are working for 8 hours, now you are working for 10-12 hours, and
Correct.
at a stretch. So that is the problem with most of the working parents, and that is the problem with the teachers also. I know
I
so many.
understand.
Yeah, so it what happens is coordination becomes a problem, because face to face coordination and a telephonic coordination is a lot of it's too difficult, and we are not used to this. So what we would do is we would upload a recording again on the YouTube. We create a link, and then we share it through a Google Classroom. So maybe you will get it the next day. Okay, you won't get it the same day, so you can play it the next day to the child, because for the meeting to get converted and uploaded on YouTube and for the link to share, it would take some time.
Right, right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other question?
Shweta, if the
Okay.
kids are not coming physically to the school,
Hmm.
will the e-learning help, the child, and at the same time, can the parents support like from the way of
Parents have
homeschooling
to
or something?
support. See, the thing is, parents have to support, and it is a joint effort. So bringing up the child is not a single handed job. So
Correct.
there is a quote which says you need an entire village to raise a child. So that
Absolutely.
is true. We cannot take a charge. Now if you think I don't need anybody to bring up my child, is it possible? So you need help, right? So when you husband and wife are together, you are bringing up the child. Joint families, the child get real good nourishment. And when it is partnered with the school, definitely. Now if most of the people now stay in a nuclear family, both the parents are working, what is the child doing throughout the day? Okay, you just analyze for yourself. So every situation is going to be different. It is not going to be the same. One thing which is working for you will be different for the other.
Correct.
Definitely. If somebody was asking me a question. Any questions?
I think it's they are very sorted now. They've made
Yeah.
up their mind.
All doubts cleared.
Okay. Still, if you have any doubts, you can pass it on to me. I'll be more than happy to address it for you all. But I think parents who are still deciding, should I enroll, should I not enroll, फायदा होगा नहीं होगा, I think you should try for the next 3 months. See a difference. Only when you do it consistently and see a difference, how it is going to be. And then you decide for the whole year. But then at least
Can't hear
whole
Shweta.
year. Okay. Even if the physical school is opening, it will be complemented by online learning, because we cannot get so many kids into the physical space together. But the technology support is always there with the parent, because now that educators know, yeah, this could be done. Maybe a language class could be given online. Every class could be given online. So it works as a reinforcement for the parent if the parent is not understanding what the school is doing. So these things could definitely help the parent to understand what my child is doing in school. Definitely, 100%.
So basically, for more
Yeah.
couple of years, we are going to have like maybe physical thing starts also,
I'm
physical
not
and
able to hear
technology.
you.
Yeah, can you hear? Hello. Yeah, can you hear?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, what yeah, Shweta is trying to say is that even if the physical school starts, but there's online technology thing and physical school will have to go hand in hand. Maybe for this
So it has
academic
to be
year.
complemented to each. Now,
Yeah.
even if we think of starting a school now, okay, after the pandemic, I think we cannot take the child for 3-4 hours at a stretch with social distancing and all the uh, norms that the government has laid. So not more than 5-6 kids here. So it becomes like a UK school wherein it is more of a customized and a personal teaching that is going to happen. I don't want to comment on that now because as of now we have not come into that scenario. But when the school reopens, being a member of an early childhood association, we have got a big manual. When we begin with, so that has to be complemented by the virtual learning, because again the number of hours is something which we definitely look at. So we have to take into consideration everything and then respond to the situation. So it will take some time to get into a decision because everybody is discussing, but there is no even the government is confused what has to be done, to be very clear on. Government also doesn't know because every day the number of cases are rising high.
Absolutely. Any questions, parents?
Still, if there are any questions, then Ojas and Rupal, you could pass it on to me. I will
Sure.
definitely parent. And
Sure.
in case of any further queries and discussions and anything that you have, any questions that you have, you are free to ask me anytime.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you
I
so
know you
much,
are very
ma'am.
busy, and but still you could make this time out and help us with all our queries. Thank you so much for being. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you.
parents, for joining us here. We will again be meeting next weekend with some new concepts and new ideas, new discussions. Hope we all stay connected this way. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.